Gator, I think one of the more popular things for struggling teams or teams that are rebuilding that I will admit we champion, I think fans love it. I love it as a theory, and it gets talked about all the time. And that is the following. Play the young guys. Play the young guys. I mean, yesterday, they call up a 26-year-old kind of journeyman minor leaguer in Ryan Valade. And as much as we, took a look at, okay, what are they getting here? What is this guy? He peaked as a number 4 prospect in the Rockies system. All right, is there something that the Tigers organization can capture and make this guy a useful piece? Probably not. He's probably just a guy that's keeping a seat warm, or Parker Meadows goes and sorts it out. But there was some, hey, why not Justin Henry Malloy? We got a call on that. We got some feedback on that. And he's obviously heard. The information came out.
Which is interesting, because if he wasn't, was he going to be the guy over Valade?
He might have been, but it's part of the play the young guys theory, right? Yeah. Is, okay, we may be rebuilding, we may stink, but let's see the next gen of players here, okay? Now, I don't like telling people necessarily how they should feel, but I think it stands to reason. If you have ever said and believed in the play the young guys theory, then you also, it's only fair that you also are then patient. Because playing the young guys is not a formula to immediate success.
Right.
If it were, think about how easy it would be to run an MLB organization. Oh, we're not very good. Let's just go get our top prospects, populate a lineup with them, and they'll kill it because they're our top prospects. And they're doing it
AA.
They're doing it in the minors. So I'll call them up, and this is so easy. I just put our next generation of star players in the lineup, and oh, bam, I got this. If you're a GM. But that's not reality. Reality is young guys take time to develop. Young guys are actually sort of expected to struggle. And there are the rare occasions where guys hit the ground running, and the next thing you know, you got the next Mike Trout. But if you have ever thought to yourself, play the young guys, and going into this season, it felt like half of their lineup was kind of young guys, although I don't know if we can include Torque and Green in that anymore.
No, because they had played 2 seasons with the team, and you're expecting them to, okay, they're not quite veterans yet, but after this season, I think you can call them veterans.
Exactly. But they're still in the infancy stages of what we expect to be long careers.
But they've been everyday players.
But they don't have long track records. They got short track records, and Green has flourished and Torque has struggled. But if you've ever thought play the young guys and ever felt play the young guys, and this year we're excited about them playing the young guys, I don't know that it's fair to turn around and then get hyper impatient with the progress when it comes with some struggles. Does that make sense?
No, I totally get it. And I think that's the balance you have to have. Okay, be careful what you wish for. If you want the young guys to come up, understand they're likely to struggle because they're young guys, okay? Yep. We're all excited about Wenzel Perez and his start, but guess what's going to happen? A correction. I don't think Wenzel Perez is like a 300 hitter in Major League Baseball. He might be, but I don't think he is.
Well,
so at some point, he's going to have a correction, and fans are probably going to be, oh, this guy. We've seen this before. Here's Akil Baddoo. Here's Chris Shelton. Here's Brendan Bosch. Is that just the next guy? Well, we'll give it some time. You have to be patient with it. And there is hope that this is a guy that can hit at this level, and he's shown that he can hit throughout the minors. Can he do it at the major league level? And now we're going to see some other things. What I liked about Valade in reading an article about him today is that when the Tigers got him, the Tigers wanted him to make some adjustments, and he's made some adjustments. He's always been a guy who could hit to a point. I mean, he wasn't like this 320 hitter with tons of power, but he was a guy who everybody always thought he could hit. But can they unlock him to be something better and be the guy that realizes his potential? So they got a hold of him, had to make some adjustments, and those adjustments paid off to the tune where he was hitting well over 300 in like 30 games at Toledo before he gets the call up. And you saw last night, or you listened to it last night, that he stung the ball a couple times. One was a ground ball through the infield. The other one was a line drive that almost got up into the gap.
So here we sit. If you are frustrated and are losing patience, this is part of the playing the young guys is the struggles. And so you ask yourself, okay, this afternoon, Wednesday afternoon game, and I guess he's not ready yet, but you got to then accept if you get impatient, Gio Urshela might give you a better chance to win than Cole Keith, right? Chad Kelly being yesterday they played both catchers. Carson Kelly, yes. Carson Kelly. They played both catchers. Carson Kelly and Jake Rogers was the DH. So there are examples of them putting a lineup that's a little bit more veteran, but these are not probably future pieces of an organization that you hope is going to be winning in a big way. But that's why they're kind of in this weird place, because I understand playing the young guys. I think it's okay to play the young guys, but they're winning enough that I just want them to win more on a Wednesday afternoon than I want to see them develop Colt Keith, So